Hi, my name is Cosplay Vicar, and Death Trooper in the UK, Garrison. And some of you have asked me to do a little kitting up video just to show you how I put on my Death Trooper armour. Here you can see my undersuit. It's a two-piece undersuit. I didn't think you'd want to see me putting that on. It's literally a top half and a bottom half. The bottom half I used a kind of a set of leggings, black leggings, that I then kind of built that from with all of the ribbing that is needed on the Death Trooper undersuit. What you'll see here is I've laid the kit out either side of myself. It's all at kind of arm's length, so I can reach it without having to kind of stretch too far. These are my shins from Armory Shop. They just kind of slide up, and you'll see later on there's some poppers that I will pop in and put on, but they're just going to be held up with pressure. For now, my thighs are big enough to hold those shins in place. The next thing that we put on are the boots. The boots are just very simple. You know how to put a pair of boots in. You put your feet in, you pull them on. Once you've got your boots on, the next thing is to put the shins on. Now the shins come in two parts. The ones that I've got here from the Armory Shop have little connectors at the front, come in three pieces, so you can see how I take them apart here. But what I do is I slip the little guard that holds them together on first to get that over my knee. I'm able then to put the outer piece on and then simply reach over for the inner piece. It goes in, clips in with the little guides that are in there. And then once I've done that, you can just pull the top guard over the top. The key thing is I've got some Velcro, which I put just around the top of the shin and just in that little cover that goes around the top. And the Velcro just helps hold all of that together. Works really well for me. Never had a problem with the shins coming apart. I've also just got a little bit of Velcro just on the top of the tongue there on the boot, just so the shins don't spin around. So once I've got my bottom half done, the next bit is where I do need help. This is where my armourer comes in just to help me put it on. I can do it myself, but it's so much easier if you have your armourer with you. And what I do with this is I put the back piece on first. It's just held on loosely with some Velcro that is already on the undersuit. Once we have done that at the back, we can then put the whole front section of armour on. Now, I've got a little bit of Velcro on my belly. That Velcro attaches to the Velcro at the top of the front piece of armour, just as a guide about roughly where, that tells me roughly where it should be going for it all to line up well. And then the armourer just comes around and puts the belt on for me. Again, I can do this myself, but it's nice having somebody who can come and do it really nice and tight for me. Now, once that whole section is on and the belt is on, really that's not going to go anywhere. And then hanging down either side, I've got a little elastic which just poppers onto the thighs, just holding the thighs in the right place and position. Those poppers have never let me down, and they do hold the thighs in position nicely. The next part we put on is the chest armour. The chest armour comes in two pieces, a front and a back. And this is where it is really helpful having somebody, because attaching this all together on your own can be done, but is not much fun. So it's a bit like a shell. The back piece nicely just hangs there, and the front piece comes in and is Velcroed at the top, just on top of the shoulder. Then there are two rubber strips that come and hang over the top of the seam to hide the seam with the buckles at the front. That's held down with magnets. Then either side, there's just a connecting section, and again, that is held with Velcro. Now, what you can see me doing now is I also have two strips of elastic inside the armour that just holds the chest and the belly sections together, because what you don't want is those two sections coming apart while you're trooping and showing a gap between your chest and your belly. At this point, I always like to just check myself and make sure everything's aligned, the belt boxes are aligned and everything's looking good before I move on to the next part, which is the arms. So the upper arms are very easy to put on. They simply slide up, and I've got some Velcro which I've stitched into the undersuit, which will hold those in perfect position, so no need for elastic with those, like a normal TK armor. This just holds in position. Sometimes I do need a little hand pushing them high enough up. The next bit that we put in place are the shoulder bells. Now the shoulder bells are held on with a little bit of elastic and a popper. Now you'll notice on my shoulder bell, it's my left shoulder bell, we've got in the UK Garrison a little emblem. That emblem there just says UK, and it lets us know during a troop who are with us. If you're at a Comic-Con, you can be surrounded by hundreds of other troopers from different cosplaying groups. We love them, but you don't want to get caught up with them and suddenly find out that you're kind of following a line of troopers from another group or another gang. So that's what that represents on there. The balaclava is next. Like any balaclava needs then tucking in around the neck seal, which is all sewn into the Death Trooper armor. So just give that a little bit of a tuck in. Once that's done, it's straight on to the wrist guards. The wrist guards are my favourite part of the Death Trooper armour. Specifically for me, it's the left arm, which has got the aluminium arm rocket stabilizers on. I just think they look so cool. Nobody really knows what they do. We never see them do anything in the movies, but they just add a really nice piece of intrigue to the armour and to the arm. So we are now nearly there. Not many more parts to put on for this kit. The next part is the little firearm that hangs by the leather strap on the right hand side of your armour. Simply poppers on. After that, I always make sure I just put the NSM monitor on the side of my helmet, turn my lights on my bucket. You can't do that very easily when you've got your gloves on. So gloves go on. Key thing for me is I've actually taken the inners out of the gloves so they go on a little easier. One's tucked in. One last little check over. Once that helmet's on, there's nothing you can do. Next thing, helmet on. Now I absolutely love my Death Trooper armour. Love wearing it. Love going out trooping in it. I've worn it in now, so it feels like it's mine. It feels like I own it. It feels like it fits me well. I'm pleased with it. It's not easy to go walking long distances in, but it's certainly the kind of kit that really gets people's attention at those Comic-Con events. There we go. This is my Death Trooper armor, and this is my kit up video. That's it fully put on. It takes me usually about 15 to 20 minutes to put on. You can guarantee there's always something at the end to go, no, forgot that. So it's important to make sure in your head there's a process to putting on the armor, and then you work it through step by step. I often lay things out in the order that I want to put it on, so it feels then like I'm just working through a step-by-step plan. If you've not worn it for a while, you can guarantee you'll get to the end and suddenly realise there's something major that you've missed out. You put your shins on the wrong way around, and then you feel like an absolute fool. So there you go. My name is Cosplay Vicar from the UK Garrison. Love my Death Trooper armour. I'd love to know, how do you put yours on? How do you wear yours? Anything different in how you kit yourself up? I'd love to learn from you guys as well and see how you are putting it on. But friends, until next time, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'd love you to subscribe, to like, and yeah, let other Death Troopers know that these videos are there and they're available. Until next time, enjoy trooping.